Hey guys, got a new phone and I lost the application that I normally do my editing with. So I'm going to do a review today on the Merrell Vapor Glove 2, and hopefully that gets me a little more motivated to go back in and do some editing. First things first, this shoe I got on Amazon, discounted because the 3s are out right now, and I think even the 4s are supposed to be coming out fairly soon. Probably one of the most minimal pairs of shoes I've ever worn that I actually considered comfortable. Comfort, when you're referring to a minimal shoe, is kind of weird because your foot is almost in contact with the ground with very minimal or no support features to that, being as it won't be cushioning or supporting your arch or anything else like that. As you can see, this shoe is insanely flexible. Probably, I mean, it's a Merrell, has a Vibram sole on it, so it kind of almost feels like a 5 fingers in its flexibility. The sole is a 0 drop, so meaning the heel height and the forefoot are the same stack height. Stack height coming in at 5.5 millimeters, and I've seen it at 6 as well. They say the lugs on the bottom are 2 millimeters, so there's enough grip for the road. Definitely would be considered a road shoe. Worn it on the trail a few times, have felt a couple roots. Weren't too uncomfortable. Stepped on a couple rocks and pebbles, definitely felt all those, but again, unless you're hitting something sharp, I don't think you're going to necessarily puncture this. Does it claim to be a puncture resistant sole? But it's definitely not necessarily tuned in for the trail. Ran on some wet grass today and slipped on my butt a few times. So anyway, that's why they make a trail version of this shoe. So for most shoes, you could probably get by running with a road shoe on the trails or on the wet grass. This shoe, you might want a little bit more traction. Anyway, very lightweight. It's a 5.8 ounces, and this is a men's 9. I tend to, when I get into these kind of minimal shoes, go with the European size. I normally wear a 9.5 in most shoe companies, shoe brands, and with these more minimal shoes, I try to go with my European size. So 9.5 is about a 43. So with Merrell and Vibram, 43s are different. So Merrell fits me really well at a 43, which is a 9. Vibram, I have to go down to a 42, which is a 9. But that's just because I don't want any extra toe room, which wouldn't really make sense in a barefoot shoe. You have enough forefoot room up here that you wouldn't need necessarily any extra room for your toes to splay, because they're going to splay in this shoe. Wearing this shoe barefoot, I feel like I possibly could have gone down to an 8.5 if I didn't run in it. Running in this shoe, my foot, I don't know if it necessarily swole or not, but it definitely filled the shoe. And then the shoelaces are wide enough apart where you can kind of cinch them down if you need to. I'm sold on this. Really kind of been straying away from the 0 drops, but cutting back in my mileage, I'm getting back into wearing them just because it's more comfortable, and I think I warm up my joints a lot better, a lot faster with the lower drops. I obviously still can't run as fast, but I have been able to run a sub 7-minute mile in this shoe, which is pretty abnormal for me at this point in my training, as I've been running between 9s and 10s for my ultras. Anyway, if you guys have ever tried this shoe, let me know. If you have any comments or questions on it that you think I can answer, go ahead and ask below. Again, I got these on Amazon. I did get Amazon Prime for the day somehow, and so they ended up being about $52 shipped, and I got them in a day and a half. But the price went back up on the 2s, and so Running Warehouse has these the cheapest right now that I've seen, and still has all the colors in most of the sizes. So anyway, this is the black and Castle Rock, which still kind of takes on a bluish hue, but they're considered black. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one.